Hey guys, it's Marvin here. Today I'm installing and reviewing another dashcam from FitcamX, and this time I'll be installing it in my Ford F-150. This is an OEM style dashcam, so instead of sticking a camera on your windshield with the wires hanging everywhere, this fits right into the factory trim behind the rear view mirror, so this gives you a clean OEM style look. And since it's made specifically for the F-150, there's no need to center the camera or adjust the angle, which make the installation super quick and easy. The only part that takes a little time is running the rear camera cable to the back of the truck. Other than that, the installation is very easy. Just install the bracket, clip the camera in place, and you're done. Just a quick note, if your vehicle has a side curtain airbags, you should run the cable behind the airbags. This may require removing some of the filler panels. For this video, I'm just going to run the wire quickly because I don't want to make the video too long. Just make sure that the wire doesn't get in the way of the airbags. So in this video, I'll show you the installation, the app setup, and some day and night footage so you can see how it performs and decide for yourself. That said, let's start with what's included in the box. So we got the main harness. I call this magic harness because this is where everything gets connected. We also have the Allen key and a screw, a fancy pry tool, a card reader, which is nice to see included, and the rear camera cable. Let's open the last box. We got another freebie, a cell phone holder, and finally the front camera with a preloaded 64GB SD card. Again, FitcamX included more than you would expect inside the box. I also forgot to mention the rear camera along with some extra double-sided tape and adhesive clips for wire management. So that's everything included in the box. Let's head over to the truck and start the installation. Alright, so this is all we need. The FitCam supplied the screw and the Allen key, and then everything that you need for this installation, the harness. Okay, so first thing we have to do is to remove the factory screw that's holding the rear view mirror. The FitcamX screw is longer than the original, so I'm just gonna put that one right there for now. You just have to pry this off. That. Right, same on the other side. There you go. So this is the reason why the FitcamX supplied a longer screw, because of the bracket, as you guys can see right there. So what we have to do is to just align it just like that. This doesn't need a double-sided tape because it's going to be held by the screw that FitcamX supplied. Alright, just like that. And the bracket is installed. Now time to install the FitCam. Oh, let's remove this one first. The lens protection. There you go. And the 64GB is already pre-installed. It's right there. You guys can see that. Just gonna put that back in, and should be easy. Oops. There you go. That's it. I like that they put the power and the camera button at the bottom, so it's very easy to reach while you're driving. Just like that. And these 3 holes here is for the reset button, the LED indicator, and the microphone. And yeah, so the SD card is on the right side. And I guess that's it for the front camera. Let's connect the camera and test it with the harness that they provided. Right, so let's unplug the factory harness. Right, so just like that, and the other end we have to plug it to the back to rear view camera. There you go. And the short cable is the front camera, so we're gonna connect it to the harness. Okay, just like that. Then again, this long cable is going to the back. Okay, so before I run the cable to the back, I'm just going to turn it on first to try the front camera if it's working. Alright, so if you can see that it's flashing, it means it's looking for connection. Alright, so everything's connected just like that, super quick, and I like that the harness is very short. As you guys can see, that's including the connectors, probably that's 4 inches long. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to do some wire management, probably hide this connector inside this cover here. Let's see. That's so easy. This is a really nice pry tool, very fancy as well. So let's see what we can do here. There you go. Alright, so I'm going to try to put the cover back on, and let's see if we can do that. At the front here, there's a notch for the cable. Just like that. So I can adjust the rear view mirror freely without interfering, you know, any cables. It's good. And that's the FitcamX OEM-style factory look. And you can see the SD card right there, and then the power buttons and the camera button right there. Also the hole for the microphone and the LED lights. And the rear cable, I just quickly route it all the way to the back. So you guys can see the camera over there. Again, I recommend running the cable properly by routing the cable behind the airbag system, if you have the airbags, by removing the pillars, the front, middle, and the rear. What I did here, I just ran it quickly for this video. I don't want to make this video too long, so you guys can see the rear camera there as well. Right, so let's go ahead and check out the app and check some settings, and let's see how this FitcamX perform. So to connect to the camera, you just go into your Wi-Fi settings and connect to the CarCam CM. The default password is 12345678, and you can change that in the app if you want to. Some reviews mention you need to turn off the mobile data to connect to the camera, but in my case, I didn't have to. Even with my other dashcam installs, I didn't have that problem. This icon here lets you switch between the front and rear view, or you can make it full screen, which I find it really useful. Not all the dashcam have these features, especially if you have an older car without the backup camera. You can just switch to the rear view in full screen and clearly see what's behind you when backing up. For settings, I like to leave loop recording at the maximum of 3 minutes, so there are fewer files. I keep WDR on to help with better video quality, especially in low light. I also turn on the time watermark, so it shows the timestamp in the bottom corner of the footage. Super useful if anything happens. And make sure to turn on the collision sensing, so it automatically locks the footage when it detects an impact. This prevents it from being accidentally deleted or overwritten. For parking mode, you'll need a hardware setup for that, so we're gonna leave it as it is. And here are the files saved during installation. You can either pull them directly from the SD card, or download to your phone when you're connected to the camera. So now it's time to show you the actual footage from this camera. Just so you know, the video and audio recording you're about to see are completely unedited, straight from the SD card with no enhancement or anything, so you can judge for yourself if this camera is worth it. So the FitcamX records in 4K or 1440p using a Novatech chip and CMOS sensor with a 160-degree field of view front, and the rear camera record in 1080p 140 degrees field of view, which is actually pretty wide compared to most other brands. So let's pause here for a moment and take a look at the picture quality. Again, you can judge for yourself. Also notice how wide the coverage is on this camera. I know some people don't like a wider field of view because of the fisheye effect and distortion on the sides, but I'd rather have that than end up with a blind spot on both sides. I don't know about you guys, but for me, the quality of the footage is just amazing. Right, let's continue so you can get a better look at what this camera can do.
The fact that there are World Cup games in my country is still astounding to me. I don't think it's sunk in.
I'm Sonia Aspel. What posting duties come a lot of road.
So that's the FitcamX. I think the image quality looks pretty good. During the day, the footage is sharp, colors looks natural, and you can easily see road signs, vehicle, and what's happening around you. At night, it still does a decent job. Like most dashcam, reading license plate isn't always perfect, especially with glare from headlights, but overall the footage is clear enough to capture important details if an incident happens. Pros: OEM factory look, almost no visible wires hanging around, easy plug and play installation, good video quality, and Wi-Fi app connectivity. So final thoughts: overall, I think the FitcamX is a great option if you are looking for a decent 4K dashcam with a factory style look without paying dealership prices. The biggest selling point for me is the OEM appearance. Once it's installed, most people probably won't even notice it's there. The installation is straightforward, the video quality is good, and it does exactly what the dashcam is supposed to do. So if you've been looking for a clean OEM style dashcam for your F-150 or any vehicle, whatever you have, the FitcamX is definitely worth considering. As always, thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.